So with this question for grade 12, we're looking at polynomials, and we just check our details here. So dividing by 2x minus 1, and we have a remainder of 10. Okay, and we have to find a. We're given a factor of x minus 3, which is nice. And then when we have a, we have to solve the equation for when p of x is equal to 0. So this whole unit is based along the idea of the factor theorem, remainder theorem, and using synthetic division with polynomials. So we had, for instance, 2x minus 1. We'll rearrange that, so to speak, because like in that case x is equal to 1/2. So it's a case of substitution, replacing x in our polynomial itself, which is a very common question, not particularly difficult to be honest. You have your calculator as well. And you can always check your answer as well just at the end of it. So we only use remainder theorem will come up, factor theorem perhaps. We only use this with polynomials. Now we'll solve for a in this case. So I'm just going to simplify it here. So 1/4 a, 9/2 plus 9 equals 10. So you could have 3 linear factors or a quadratic expression. Just depends. But you'll use more or less the same ideas. So synthetic division we'll be doing next. 1/4 a is equal to 4, I think. Minus 4. So minus 4 times 4 is minus 16. That's our value for a. So find the value of a and hence verify that x minus 3 is a factor of p to x. So that's known now. So when we have a, so there's certain rules that were given here with the 3 aspects of this unit: remainder theorem, factor theorem, and using division, or synthetic division is what it's called. So when p of x is equal to 0, you can find factors because they're inherently part of it. So let's just set up our question now. We have a factor already, so we know that x minus 3 is a factor. I'll just set up my bus stop here. That's what we call it where I come from. And we'll plug in our polynomial now as well. We have our value for a, remember. So it'll be 4x cubed minus 16 x squared plus 9x plus 9. So we've no breaks there. Sometimes you might not be given a square or something like that, and you'd have to plug in 0x squared. And now we're going to divide in. So x divided into 4x cubed is our first part, which is of course 4x squared. And now bring down what you just did. So x times 4x squared is 4x cubed. 4x squared times minus 3. I'll do it in different colors here a little bit. It's minus 12 x squared. Again, we're subtracting this. Just be careful with this one aspect. Minus 16 plus 12. It's 4 minus 4x squared. Do the same thing again, so we're just repeating now at this stage. So x divided into minus 4x squared. Use my green again. Minus 4x. Again, just multiply out those things that we just did. So minus 4x times x is minus 4x squared. Minus 4x times minus 3. We are plus 12x. Again, subtracting all of that. And we'll end up with 9 minus 12, which is minus 3x. And at this stage, it's pretty much it. You want to keep going with these questions just in case there were a remainder. So when we're dealing with these questions, you might have the ideas of dividend, divisor, quotient, and then the remainder. You want to just make sure you don't have the remainder. We're given the remainder in this question, but just to see that other aspect of these types of questions. Have a look at a separate question like that maybe. So of course it works out with 4x squared minus 4x minus 3. We just got to solve that as well, I suppose. So solve the equation means we want to find the x values. And there's 3 of them. We have x minus 3 already. So 4x is 2 times 2. It works out. And from there, basically, obviously all of this is equal to 0. So x minus 3 in brackets, 2x plus 1 in brackets, and 2x minus 3 in brackets is equal to 0. So we find the values, we can solve the equation. So I'll just rewrite that now. So it's if you just look at one of them, like x minus 3, if you did like f of plus 3 would be equal to 0, then the factor of that is at x minus 3. So x is equal to 3, x is equal to minus a half, and x is equal to 3 over 2. And there are 3 values. So we've solved that equation.